Ladies, hope all of you are doing well and that you have all entered the contest. It ends today at midnight at classycosmetics.blogspot.com. And also, if you follow me on Facebook, also Classy Cosmetics, you will see that we have reached 300, which seems to be a small number, and yet it's huge for me because I just started putting all of my stuff on Facebook. So that's big for me. So as we keep going up, more prizes and more prizes will be coming out. And since we hit 300, if you go over there and like Classy Cosmetics on Facebook, then go to the blog and make a comment that you have, I'll choose from there. And the prize is some Vautry Vu skincare. It's a peel and also an amazing, amazing scarf. Even though the winter time is over, I love this scarf and it's going to be amazing. So let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to do a summer bronzy look today, but a little bit more on the sultry side. So I am going to use Revlon Color Stay for my base today, and it's in Rich Tan. And because I want a lighter application instead of a heavier one, I'm going to go to my Sigma F50, and this is a little bit more loose on top, not as dense, and it will give me just a nice sheer application. Also, a lot of people are all the rage about tinted moisturizers, but basically all a tinted moisturizer is some foundation with moisturizer put in. So if you want to make your own, just use a lot less of your product and then put a little bit of your moisturizer, rub that together, boom, tinted moisturizer. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my Dermacolor. And I love using, this is one of the very first eyeliner pencil or brushes that I had purchased. And I purchased this from a craft store, and then I started loving the angled ones a little bit more than the flat ones. This one is a Chisel Blender, number 2 Low Cornell. See that? But I now love this for spot treatment on little tiny blemishes. So I'm going to just take that and go over a few. If you have a big zit, blemish, whatever you want to call it, and it's casting a shadow, one great thing is you can take a shade lighter of concealer and go right underneath it to create lightness, and will actually look a lot smaller because you've taken away that shadow. If you were to do it all over your blemish though, that would kind of defeat the purpose and it would make it look the same as it did before, only a lighter color. So just put the lighter right underneath it and you should be good. My husband went to a Utah Jazz game last night, and I am a sap and kind of missed him a little bit, and so I wanted to wait up for him, but wow, it was taking a long time for him to get home, so I did not get much sleep last night. So we're going to put some concealer underneath our eyes. I love using my fingers, especially in this delicate area underneath my eyes, because it warms up the product and you don't need to pull or tug. You can just pat that right in. And I tend not to go out here with my concealer either. It usually just needs to be right in there that you need to use this product. I really like MAC's blotting powder. It kind of acts like an antiperspirant for your face, but with it being a little bit warmer, I'm just going to use it in my T-zone because I don't want to powder off too much and take away the glow that is summer. Now I'm going to use my Baked Bronzer because I absolutely love it, from Urban Decay. And my 129 brush, which this one kind of bugs me. This one's from MAC, and I like it, but these bristles come out like there is no tomorrow. I also love my MAC Alexander McQueen. This is my Shimma Shimma. Anything that you can find, like drugstore or whatever. I love this stuff though. Makes me feel shimmery and bronzy. Scrape some of this off and put it into your hand and add some lotion to it, and then just put it all over. That would be gorgeous. But for now, I'm just going to give myself a beautiful highlight right up there on my cheeks, my nose, chin, a little bit right there. Now for the eyes. I'm going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion. Now this is not the look that I'm like, wear this to the beach, because this is a little bit more than normal, but I wore this to an air-conditioned baby shower, but it has been hot the last couple days, and so I've been out in the sun with the boys, out at soccer games, getting tanner, and so this is a look that I would wear knowing I'd be inside. Like, this is a great look for work, a party. You can totally rock this outside. It's just a little bit more than I would normally wear outside. Oh my word, so I had to pause it because I was looking everywhere for my Coastal Scents 88 palette, and I'm like, where the junk is that? And I remembered that for some reason my son wanted to be a vampire yesterday. We had just watched the Backyardigans. Love that cute little show, by the way. And there was one where there was a werewolf and a little vampire and I think a mummy, but he's like, can I be a vampire? And so I had used my Coastal Scents to like darken up his eyebrows, and I thought it was really cute that he's like, are you sure, Mom? Do you know how to do makeup? Like, could you really do that on me? I think I might be able to, sweetheart. I think we can handle it. So ran downstairs and had to grab that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 217 from MAC and Woodwinked from MAC. This is where our smolder comes in. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And I'm just going to do circular motions right there and then go straight across windshield wiper. After I'm done kind of getting it in the place that I want, I like to dip back in and really emphasize that crease. And just really kind of get in there. And just do that to the other side. Then I'm going to take my Sigma E55. Love this cute little fat brush. And I am going to go in with my Coastal Scents 1, 2, 3, fourth down. I'm going to take the fourth and the fifth. The fifth is going to be my brow bone color, and the fourth is going to be my lid color. And what I want to do, I'm doing the fourth one first. I just want to pat right in there for the most color payoff. Patting is amazing. I want my brow bone to not stand out as much, and that's why I'm going for the fifth color, because it's a little bit deeper in its tone, a little bit more skin color, and I'm going to push that in as well. But I wanted my lid to stand out a little bit more than my brow bone color. I don't like lots of shadow happening right in this area unless that's the look that I'm going for, and so I tend to take a little bit more of that brow bone color and just go back and forth, pat, back and forth, pat, just to make sure that it's nice and light underneath there. Okay, and then I'll just take a clean E40 from Sigma and just lightly go in, and just on that outside really. Just make sure it's nice and blended. Definition doesn't have to always come with your crease color. You can blend it out and have it look beautiful, but definition can come from your liner, from your lashes. And so if you find when you blend, and make sure you blend with a clean brush, or else this makeup is going to get everywhere and you don't want it everywhere. But if you don't like it blended out because you don't think it's defined enough, or you want more of a cut crease look, then you can change it, or just wait a second, see what it looks like with your liner and your lashes, and then change it if you still don't like it. But give it a chance. Just blend it out a little bit. Now I'm going to take Smolder from MAC, and I sharpened it just a little bit, but not so much that it's super, super pointy. And I'm going to go in on my waterline on the bottom, really smudging it into those lashes. Make sure not to tug too hard on your eye. And I don't want a lot of product up on the top, but what I'm going to do is tight line my eye. And what that is just going up here and mostly getting into the lash line. So it can give you the effect of liner on the top without actually putting liner on the top. Now that my eyes are watering, I don't usually do that, but for this look, I thought it looked so amazing. I'm going to do a quick coat of mascara, mostly to get those roots nice and dark is why I do a coat first before I put on my false lashes. And because I cut my lashes so that they don't poke in the middle, it's also good to get those lashes in the middle nice and dark before you put them on. And then I'm going to hold off on doing the bottom ones just for right now. All right, now I'm going to take a smaller brush. And where is it? Oh, it was drying in the cute little brush garden. Now it's all ready for me. I'm going to take more of that Wood Winked with the Maxine's mop. This is the baby one, the 1/4 inch. And I'm going to dust this down here. Now the cool thing about doing this after you've done your eyeliner is it's going to pull your liner down a little bit. Now what I do though is because I don't want the black to overpower the Wood Winked is I'll rub it in and then I'll rub the brush off, get more product, put more Wood Winked down, rub it off so the black isn't getting all over the place but still comes down a little bit. I'm going to be using some red cherry lashes today, and these are just a little bit longer than the ones that I normally use, but I love them. So that is what our eyes are looking like thus far. And I always use my fluid line because it's waterproof right near the tear ducts, and my eyes are a little bit further apart than most, and so to create the illusion of coming in a little bit more, I always put some liner right there. See that? Right in there. And then I'll let the lashes dry a little bit, but the thing I like about this brush is that it's angled and it has that point right up there at the top. I'll get into that and literally use it to just go in and really close up those little gaps that come from lashes, and that way they look so much more natural. Okay, so now I'm going to do my eyebrows. Make sure your pencil is pretty sharp when you do eyebrows. I always notice a huge difference. I let mine go super dull and I still use them, and then when I sharpen them I'm like, oh, I mean, it's like perfect. I love it. So sometimes I forget that I'm going to be going back in with a shadow and a really defined brush. And so I try to get it perfect as I'm drawing them on, and I'm like, okay, calm down, Jen. You're going in with the brush later. If you try to do your eyebrows absolutely perfectly the same, not only will you be disappointed almost every single time because they won't, try to make your eyebrows look like sisters as opposed to exactly the same, like twins, you know? You want them similar. You don't want them to look completely different, but I don't know about you, but doing them the exact same, that'd be really hard to do. Even naturally, your brows are different. Your eyes are different, for crying out loud. Have you guys ever done that thing where you are supposed to, like, it takes a picture of your face and then it puts 2 left eyes up to see what your face looks like and then 2 right eyes. One of them looks kind of normal. The other one looks way weird and so different. I mean, your eyes are very different. So your brows naturally are just going to be different. So don't be too hard on yourself if you can't get them absolutely perfect. I know I never do. And I always tend to like one brow more than the other. I'm like, oh, if I could only make this one look like that one. And today it's turning out to be this one. I like this brow so much more than I like this one. Okay, and because this is a wax-based product, you need to set it. So I take Another craft store find. This one is the Low Cornell 1/4 inch. It's like an angular brush, black handle. Go to Michael's, go to Joann's, and you can find them. And they're pretty cheap. I think this one's around $6. If you go to my blog, I have a post entitled Craft Store versus like MAC brushes. And it talks not only about, you know, that they're made from the same natural fibers. The Maxine's mop is made from natural goat hair fibers, just like the 239, but it is so significantly different in price. Significantly lower in price, I should say. But if you look on the sidebar, it'll say that post title, just go to that. And I actually have a list of the numbers, the specifications, like everything about these brushes. I was thinking about having a Q&A at the blog to where you guys could ask me anything, either about makeup or my personal life or whatever. I'm not saying I'm going to answer everything about my personal life, but some people have asked some questions to where I'm like, oh, I didn't know you would want to know that about me. Okay. So leave me comments here to let me know if you would want to do that. And if I get a good response, then I will. All right, now that the makeup is done on the bottom, I'm just going to put on a coat of mascara. Quick tip, if you get mascara, which I have just now done, anywhere on your face where you're not wanting it, kind of think back to what happens when mascara is old and it's ready to be done. You notice it's very crumbly and it just kind of falls off your lashes. Well, if you let this dry on your face instead of like licking a Q-tip or getting a Q-tip wet and then smearing off the makeup that you've worked so hard to do, just wait until it dries completely and it will act the same as mascara drying out because it will be dry mascara. So just take a Q-tip dry and just go underneath and it'll come right off, okay? Later on, I'm gonna go back in so that, just for time's sake, and fix up those little, if you can see, they're tiny, tiny, tiny little gaps, but not too noticeable. But I wanna get to our lips. I'm going to pull out my lipstick drawer, and I'm going to use Honey Love from MAC. It's a nice nude shade without doing foundation on your lips. Don't do foundation on your lips to make a nude lip. You will look silly if you just leave it there like that. A nude lip is comprised of color still. Even though it's muted out and matted out, it still is color. So Honey Love is a great example of that. Blonde Venus is another great example of that. I have to ask my friend Amy. She says she's always on the hunt for a nice, amazing nude brown. I wonder if she's found it yet. I wonder if her quest is done. And she, by the way, is one of the most amazing makeup artists I have ever met. If you go to amygillespie.net and see her stuff, she's incredible. And she was nice enough to let me come and be with her on photo shoots and just shadow and learn from an amazing person. Anyway, oh, sorry. And then I just used Nude Flash from Maybelline. Great drugstore product. I got it at Walgreens. It was very cheap. Very, very cheap indeed. But there is our look. Okay, so we have bronzer, we have a highlighter, we have a smoky bronzed eye, defined eyes as far as liner's concerned. We have our lashes on that are very simple and beautiful and long. And then we have defined brows with a nude lip. So I hope that you guys like that. If you want to opt for some cheek color, I would pull out something bright like that. I wouldn't try to fade it in. This is what it looks like without the blush. And if you would like to have a blush color, let's pull out that bright. Smile so you can see your apples. And this I like to put up where that highlighter is as well, because when the sun hits you, it gives you that rosy color on your cheeks, because your apples usually stick out more, so the sun hits it. My husband always laughs at me at my face to put stuff on, but it makes the lines stick out. It makes where I'm supposed to put it stick out. So that's why. A little up there, nose and chin. And so there it is with some blush. I am so excited that we are going to be giving away things on the blog. Like I said, tonight ends the night to get the Too Faced Smoky Eye Palette. And we'll also be giving away the Votre Vous skincare and the scarf on the blog. So just go there and enter classycosmetics.blogspot.com, and let me know in the comments below here if you're on the blog, or here if you're on YouTube, to let me know if you guys would like to have a Q&A with me. Talk to you guys later and hope you're having a fabulous day. Bye.